Hey everyone, Vigilante here, with a review of The Amazing Spider-Man number 800. Um, so, first off, I just want to congratulate Marvel and Spider-Man for reaching 800 issues. That's pretty awesome. It's the longest running, or at least has the most issues out of any Marvel comic book. So this is the you know highest issue Marvel comic book. And yeah, congratulations on gosh, what, 50 years, 50 plus years of Spider-Man. It's pretty cool. 80 pages, one story, no holds barred. Um so let's see. I think I'll just hold off on the negative stuff till the end. Yeah. So positive stuff first. First off, um the go down swinging has been a fantastic storyline. Um, really just very fun to read. Dan Slott did a great job with his last run um, on The Amazing Spider-Man. I didn't read anything of his before Go Down Swinging, so I can only go off of what other people said, and it sounded pretty terrible. But from what I've read, it was a great story, and I am thoroughly, honestly excited to see what he does with Fantastic Four. Um, so yeah, since this is the 800 issue, I think all my anniversary issues are done. Marvel anniversary issues. They came out with a bunch of them this year, and I don't know why it keeps going out of focus, but this is gonna do it for the anniversary issue. So I'm happy about that. Now I'll just be getting probably the. Let's see. I'm gonna keep going with Avengers. And I'll get the Amazing Spider-Man number 1 when it comes out. I don't know if I'll get 801. I might or might not. We'll see. But then the Fantastic Four in August. I don't know about Captain America yet. I would really like to, join Yellow Flash in his boycott, and I've already said that I will. But I am interested to see. Holy crap, that is terrible. There we go. Interested to kind of see what happens. So maybe I'll just watch some reviews on it and then make up my mind then. Anyway, getting into this story. It picks up where 799 left off. The Spider Heroes are down for the count. Flash Thompson in the anti-venom suit has been able to keep everybody alive, but they're still in pretty critical shape. So Spider-Man leaves them and takes off after Red Goblin. And this whole issue has these little chapters, little sections. So I'll probably just point out one or two things from each chapter and just do it that way. The art is fantastic. So each chapter was done by a different artist, and they all did pretty good. The only one that I wasn't such a fan of was the very last one, but I'll show that later. Anyway, so J. Jonah Jameson calls Eddie Brock to come in and help, which is pretty cool. Excited to see Venom. So yeah, then we get to chapter 2, and Spider-Man is fighting Red Goblin, and then we see the Venom. He comes in and rescues Mary Jane from Red Goblin. So yeah, he's like trying to find where Red Goblin went, and he went to get Mary Jane at Stark Industries. That is some really cool art. That is really cool. This is kind of funny. So, of course, Mary Jane kind of thought they were teaming up to get her, so she turned on like the alarms to disorient Venom. And Venom's like, Miss Watson, we would greatly appreciate it if you'd turn off the sonics and flames, seeing as how we're trying to save your skin. And she turns it off, and just that, thank you. It's like, yeah, dummy. I just thought that was funny. Then we get to Aunt May and Norman Osborn's grandson, so Harry Osborn's son. who has been infected with the Red Goblin serum, is there to kill Aunt May. Ooh, that's such a creepy little kid. Fantastic art again. But thankfully, Dr. Octopus shows up and saves the day. And while he's doing that, Red Goblin is still fighting with Venom, Spider-Man. Well, Venom and Spider-Man. And Red Goblin is just beating both of them. I mean, they're getting in a couple good hits, but they're really not doing well against Red Goblin. So anyway, he takes off. Let's see, I'm trying to remember why he takes off. I think he's just going to, because he wants to go help Normie Osborn kill Aunt May. And, of course, they're doing a good enough job of protecting Mary Jane where he's like, alright, I'm just going to go kill Aunt May. So he leaves, and then we see Eddie Brock give up the Venom suit to Spider-Man, and Black Suit Spider-Man. Super awesome to see this. I never really realized kind of how the eye sticks out like that. I thought that was kind of strange, but I don't know, it's cool. I love the Black Suit Spider-Man costume. So yeah, then later at the hospital, they're trying to save everyone. Because they all have these little shards of Red Goblin stuff in them. And then we cut back. J. Jonah Jameson is trying to help out. Spider-Man, of course, is still angry at him for revealing his secret identity to Red Goblin. And basically tells him to just leave him alone. Back at Aunt May's, they're still after her. Yeah, this suit looks like something from the 60s. I don't know if it's... I was going to go back and look at my old 60s Spider-Man comics, the reprints, and see if I saw it in there, but I didn't get around to that. But anyway, Kid Goblin is joined by Grandpa Goblin. And so they're fighting. And we cut to chapter 3. They're going back to Norman Osborn's headquarters. Well, they save Aunt May. Doc Ock jumps in front of Aunt May. This book took me a while to read. I just read it last night and it took me a while. So yeah, it was a fantastic story. About halfway through, you guys are probably already kind of done hearing about the story, but basically he tries to kill Harry's wife, and Spider-Man swoops in and is like, not again, not this way again. And the little Osborn kid is like, wow, Mom, you were going to kill Mom. So he kind of gets a flip switched, turns against his grandpa, and starts going after his grandpa. And then this was awesome. Spider-Man is holding Norman Osborn, Red Goblin, and Harry Osborn comes in on the glider, flies it straight through his chest, just like in the Sam Raimi films. Awesome. Chapter 4, this is where it got kind of deep. They're still fighting, still trying to stop Red Goblin. Flash Thompson comes in, and he actually foiled Red Goblin's plan, because like those little shards were stuck in all of these people, and Red Goblin can control them, and so like they would just go up and kill him straight to the brain and just kill him. But thankfully, Flash Thompson took them all out. And I really like Flash Thompson. I enjoy him. But in the next couple pages, there's going to be a major spoiler. So if you don't want this to be spoiled, don't watch any further. Come back later after you've read this. So yeah, that was cool. He foiled his plan. Yeah, this part was sad. So, the Red Goblin glider comes and grabs Spider-Man, flies him away. So it's just Red Goblin versus Flash Thompson, whose anti-venom suit is like, kind of falling apart. And he electrocutes Flash. And Black Suit Spider-Man loses it. He turns into Venom. I would have loved to see this just totally whoop up on Red Goblin. I mean, he kind of does. He hits him through several buildings, and Flash is like, wait, hold on. The suit can be good. It is good right now. I know, I hope make it that way. Don't let your rage infect it. Don't you be the reason it goes bad again. And so that kind of calms him down. He goes back to regular Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man, and comes over and, he's like, I'm going to save you, Flash. Flash is like, there's no time. And he's trying to figure out a way to save him. Maybe if you rejoined with this Venom suit. I just realized I might have been calling him Eddie. That's Flash Thompson, the old bully. But then he's like, no, it could die too, and then where would we be? So, Flash Thompson dies right here. It was a very well written death scene. So yeah, his final words are, "People need you. They need Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, my hero, my friend." Very well written. Very emotional. It makes you so mad at Red Goblin, and you really just want the snot to be beat out of them. I hope somehow they figure out a way to bring Flash Thompson back, because I really do like that character and anti-venom and all that. And it's really sad to see him go, and I'm kind of surprised they, put that in here. Dan Slott wrote that in here, but he sure did, and it was very well done. So props to Dan Slott for writing a very meaningful and emotional scene that makes you hate the villain even more. So yeah, we get back to Red Goblin. I hate Red Goblin so much. This cosplayer, like, this could be any one of us. He's like, yo, what are you doing? This is this is my corner, like, I guess for pictures or whatever. Because he doesn't realize she's not a fellow cosplayer. Which, I mean, come on. Nobody has a cosplay costume that good. Nobody. He should have known that, but nope. Instead, he just gets straight through the heart. I hate Red Goblin. Man, like I said, that could have been any one of us, man. Any of us nerds. But anyway, it's kind of like the final showdown here. Very well written action scene. This is definitely the best Marvel comic I have read since I really started reading the Legacy titles. Daredevil was really, really good too, but man, this is tense. So he convinces Red Goblin. He's like, you know what, let's do this. Mano y mano. I'll get rid of the Venom suit. You get rid of the Carnage suit, because if you kill me in this suit, everybody's going to think it's Carnage and not the Green Goblin, not Norman Osborn. So he kind of uses Norman Osborn's pride against him. Man, best panel in the entire book right here. Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. So epic. So yeah, they go at it just in their regular suits. Which, I mean, dang, man, that Green Goblin serum must work some good magic, because this dude is like a grandpa now. But yeah, they each land, a fair amount of hits. And Spider-Man's kind of down. Green Goblin starts to taunt him. And then Spider-Man just goes total beast mode. And he's like, you're wrong. I'm not alone. My friends, my family, they're with me in everything I do. Nice uppercut, shattering his mask. It is kind of a, nice few panels of showing everyone who he's, loved, and his friends and his family. They teach me about courage and sacrifice. They give me something to fight for and to live up to. And that last one, that was for Flash. Um, and, you know, he's like, I'm just going to web you up like I do all the other common criminals, because that's what Flash would want me to do, even though Spider-Man, I know, wants to just totally kill this guy. He's like, nope, for Flash, I'm gonna not do it. So yeah, and I think, you know, this should be what comics really is about right here. You know, comics should teach you about courage. They should teach you about sacrifice. They should give you something to fight for, and you know, the hero should be something you should live up to. So I'm very impressed with Dan Slott's writing right here, and just kind of even going outside of the story with just comics in general. Every comic book that's published should have something to do with one of these things. It should be a story about something to fight for. It should be a story about sacrifice, about courage. It should show you an ideal to live up to. So that is, yeah, man, I wish I'm going to take a picture of that and make that, I don't know, a thumbnail or something. The thumbnail will probably be the cover, but man, I want to put this somewhere, make it into a poster. So yeah, he defeats Green Goblin, and J. Jonah Jameson comes in after the fight with a gun and is like, I gotta end this, you know, this was my fault, and I started this, so I need to end this. So he shoots at Norman Osborn, and Spider-Man takes a bullet for the Green Goblin. Just, you know, what a hero. This is Spider-Man. This is who Spider-Man should be. Well done, Dan Slott. You really show that you know who Spider-Man as a character should be in this book. I can't speak for the rest of your runs, but man, this really you really did a great job. So yeah, he takes a bullet. And this is kind of the last main story page here. He goes and visits Norman, and he's just kind of gone crazy. If it's an act, it's a very good act. Yeah, if that's an act, Norman, you deserve an Oscar. So clearly Spider-Man thinks he's actually gone insane too. I guess we'll see in future books, but for now anyway, he is in solitary confinement, and he's gone loony. Harry goes back to the company. He promises to rebuild it and restore the Osborn name to mean something good, and promises, you know, to take care of his family. This part, so they get the most of the Red Goblin stuff out of his son Normie, but obviously he still has a little left in him, as seen from that shot. So I guess we'll see the return of Kid Red Goblin, Goblin Child, I think is what they called him in here. We get a great funeral scene for Flash Thompson. Very nice eulogy by Peter Parker. I'm not going to read all of it, but it was fantastic. And at the end, Peter says about Flash, "You're the hero I look up to." So very cool, very very touching, honestly, and a great scene. So him and J. Jonah Jameson are talking a little bit, and they hear sirens, and off Spider-Man goes to save the day. Here's all the credits, all the artists and everything. Here's all the variant covers. And this was kind of cool. At the very end of all of it, so you stayed after the credits. Smart move. I like that a lot. That was cool. That was really cool. Of course, a nod to the MCU movies. But basically, this was just introducing, or I guess reintroducing, let's see, Dr. Elliot Tolliver, who is apparently the superior Spider-Man. I don't know anything about the storyline, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that and to get to know this character a little better, but I have heard of the superior Spider-Man, so that's cool. And that's where we leave off with issue 800. Just quickly, the things I didn't really or the negatives, I guess, because I really like pretty much all of it. The first one, it is 10. This cost me $10. Um, Action Comics number 1000 was $8, same number of pages, and it didn't have ads. It only had the only ad that Action Comics 1000 had was Bendis is coming, and was like the very last, like it was on the other side of, yeah, it was right here. So on Action Comics 1000, this is the only ad in that entire book. So it was 80 pages of full story for $8. So that kind of is annoying. I got it because, you know, I'm a completionist that way, and I really, you know, wanted to read it, and glad I got it, but definitely not happy about having to pay $10. This cover, for being the main cover, it's cool and everything, but for, man, issue 800, I mean, I think it just should be Spider-Man and Spider-Man alone, or, you know, I shouldn't have the Red Goblin in it. He's not, you know, it should just be classic Spider-Man, maybe surrounded with, like, the Spider Family or something, but, yeah, leave the Red Goblin out, please, and make it a little bit more dynamic than just him looking up, you know, I don't know. For a normal book, this would be an awesome cover, but for, like, a huge anniversary issue, no other Marvel comic has reached 800 issues. I mean, this should be something, well, amazing. So yeah, that was another thing I was kind of disappointed in. Again, the ads, yeah, they were like one for Party City, one for Target. I think there's one or two others in here. And then also, I didn't care a lot for the art right here. This is kind of what I mentioned a while ago. Yeah. For the funeral scene, it's not very serious art. It's more cartoony, which is fine for Spider-Man, but like for a death scene, it just, I don't know, I thought it should be a little bit darker, but oh well. So yeah, I think those are just my few little things about this one. Definitely the $10 is the biggest thing. But yeah, other than that, I enjoyed every single page of this story. It kept me very interested. Dan Slott did an amazing job writing a fantastic homage to Spider-Man, the Spider-Man family, and I just really, really like this book. Highly recommend it. Even for $10, I'd still go get it. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought about this book in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.